Hello friends, welcome to Vashishtha coaching. This is Harendra. Friends, this is a May month current affairs series. Our first topic is new banknote paper line unit in Hoshangabad. Security paper mill in Hoshangabad have established a new banknote paper line unit. It was inaugurated by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley. This unit has a capacity of 6,000 metric tons. Finance Minister also flagged off the first consignment of 1000 rupee banknote made indigenously from this paper mill to Currency Note Press Nasik. This plant belongs to Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited (SPMCIL), a Miniratn category company which was wholly owned by Union government. India will become a self-reliant in producing banknote paper for higher denominations. Prior to this, India was considerably dependent on import of banknote paper for currency of a big denominations. Some facts about this paper line unit. Facts about SPMCIL. SPMCIL have total 9 units in all over the country. India Government Mint have 4 branches in Mumbai, Kolkata, Hyderabad and Noida. These 4 produced currency coins, commemorative coins, medal and mementos, gold processing and refining, weight and measures, and field standard test measures. Currency note was printed by Currency Note Press Nasik and Banknote Press Devas. India Security Press Nasik and Security Press Hyderabad produced postal stationery, e-passports and all type of stamps. Security Paper Mill Hoshangabad produced security paper for currency, stamp and etc. Our next topic is World No Tobacco Day. World No Tobacco Day WNTD is observed every year across the world on 31st May. This day highlights the health risk associated with consumption all forms of tobacco and advocating for effective policies to reduce tobacco consumption. WNTD 2015 call on countries to work together to end the illicit trade of tobacco products, which is a major global concern including of health, legal and economic governance and corruption. Goals of WNTD 2015 campaigns. First is raise awareness on the harm to people health caused by illicit trade of tobacco products. Promote the programs and policies like increased taxes and prices in tobacco products. Demonstrate how the tobacco industry have been involved in illicit trade. Highlights the activities like organized crime including drugs, human and armed trafficking as well as terrorism. A ratification of protocol to eliminate illicit trade in tobacco product by all parties to the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control to curb illicit trade. Each year, global tobacco epidemic kills nearly around 6 million people, of which more than 6 lakh are known smokers who died from breathing second-hand smoke. Its background: in 1988, WHO World Health Assembly had passed a resolution calling for the celebration of World No Tobacco Day every year on May 31st. Since then, the WHO has supported the World No Tobacco Day every year, linking each year to a different tobacco-related theme. WNTD is one of the 8th official global public health campaigns marked by WHO. Our next topic is case lodged against Maggi, a product of Nestle. A case was lodged in Barabanki court in Uttar Pradesh against Nestle India over inadequate safety standards of its product Maggi. Earlier, UPFDA, Uttar Pradesh Food Safety and Drug Administration, had asked Nestle India to withdraw a batch of Maggi noodles from the market after they had found that it contains high level of lead and monosodium glutamate (MSG). It's a taste enhancer. During these routine tests of UPFDA, it was found that packet of instant noodles of 2014 batch contained high level lead concentration of 17.2 part per million, which is nearly 7 times more than the permissible limit of 0.01 ppm to 2.5 ppm. Some facts about monosodium glutamate (MSG). Monosodium glutamate is a kind of amino acid. It occurs naturally in many agricultural products. Monosodium glutamate is added artificially to packaged food to enhance flavor. Health impacts from MSG. Large dose of MSG can cause headache and other feelings of discomfort, collectively known as Chinese restaurant syndrome. Our next topic is Selvin Christopher appointed as a DG of DRDO. Eminent scientist Dr. Selvin Christopher has been appointed as the Director General of Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO) along with the rank of Secretary. As a DG of DRDO, he also served as a Secretary of Department of Defense Research and Development (DDR&D) for the period of 2 years. Prior to this appointment, Selvin Christopher was Director of DRDO's Center for Airborne System (CABS), Bengaluru. It was a part of DRDO. Presently, he also Program Director of Airborne Early Warning and Controlled (AEW&C) system. He was first Indian scientist who was directed the manufacturing of the India's first indigenous AEW&C system. He have received Padma Bhushan and DRDO Outstanding Scientist Award. Apart from this, renowned scientist G.S. Reddy has been appointed as the scientific advisor to the Defense Ministry with tenure of 2 years. Presently, Mr. Reddy is Director of Research Center Imarat (RCI) and Program Director of Medium Range Surface to Air Missile (MRSAM) in DRDO. Our next topic is 90% of global chemical weapon stockpile destroyed, OPCW. Nobel Prize winning organization OPCW, Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, has achieved a major milestone of destroying 90% of the global chemical weapons stockpile. OPCW has mentioned that around 65,000 metric tons of declared chemical weapons, mostly from US and Russia arsenal of Cold War era, has been destroyed in a safe manner. It also includes total of 1,300 metric tons of chemical weapons removed from Syria in 2014. The remaining stockpile is underway in the phase of destruction and is scheduled to be completed before the end of 2020 and 2023. The weapons stockpile includes caches of containing chemicals needed to be made deadly nerve agent like sarin. Some facts about OPCW. OPCW is an intergovernmental organization. Its headquarters is in Hague, Netherlands. The organization promotes, administers, and verifies the adherence to the Convention on the Prohibition of the Development, Production, Stockpiling, and Use of Chemical Weapons and on their destruction. This convention outlaws the production, stockpiling, and use of chemical weapons and their precursors. 190 member states have signed and ratified this convention, including India. 6 states, Angola, Egypt, Israel, Myanmar, North Korea, and South Sudan, are still outside the CWC. This organization was awarded Nobel Peace Prize in 2013. Our next topic is new human ancestor species discovered. Scientists has discovered a new human ancestor species of Australopithecus dyremeda in Afar region of Ethiopia. The upper and lower jaw of the species was unearthed by international team of the scientists led by Dr. Johannes Helle-Salesses from Cleveland Museum of Natural History. The radiometric and dispositional rate analysis of fossils date it around minimum and maximum age of 3.3 and 3.5 million years, thus indicating that it lived alongside the famous Lucy, a female Australopithecus afarensis discovered in 1974 in the same region up to 3.5 million years ago. It should be noted that Lucy species lived from 2.9 million years to 3.8 million years ago. The discovered species also indicate the presence of more than one closely related early human ancestor species, the Middle Pliocene prior to 3 million years ago. The discovery also shows that Australopithecus dyremeda species differ from Lucy species in terms of shape and size. It has thick enamel teeth and the robust architecture of its lower jaws. Its anterior teeth are also relatively small, indicating compared to Lucy species, which shows that they probably had a different diet. Our next topic is AFSPA withdraws from Tripura. Tripura government has decided to withdraw the Armed Forces Special Power Act AFSPA 1958 from the remaining areas of the state. Decision in this regard was taken during the state cabinet meeting chaired by Chief Minister Manik Sarkar in Agartala. After police in its latest half-yearly review have found no need to extend the act any further. Now state government will move to the Union Home Ministry for formal withdrawal of the central act from state, which was in effect for the last 18 years to curb insurgency. Its background: Union government had enforced AFSPA in Tripura after the relentless violence and bloodshed in tribal areas of the state in February 1997. Since then, it was reviewed and extended in every 6 months as per the provisions of the Act. The last 6-month extension was given in November 2014 and its term ended by the end of the May 2015. At the time of imposition of Act in the state, there was only 42 police stations and 2/3 of entire police station area were under this Act. Presently, the number of police stations areas are 74, and out of them 26 police stations are fully and 4 stations partly under this Act. Next topic is United Nations adopts a resolution on protection of journalists in conflict zones. United Nations Security Council has unanimously adopted a resolution on the protection of journalists in conflict zones. The resolution has urged member nations, governments and armed groups to take appropriate steps in order to ensure accountability of crimes committed against journalists, media professionals in situation of armed conflicts. It also condemns Act on journalists and affirmed the work of free, independent and impartial media as it constitutes one of the essential foundations of a democratic society. The resolution also called for the immediate and unconditional release of reporters who are held as a hostage in conflict zones. United Nations Security Council resolution came after the number of deaths and kidnapping cases of media professionals continue to increase. In 2014, 66 journalists were killed, and since January 2015, 24 more have died. In the last decade, 7,000 media workers were killed in the conflict zones. Our new topic is Cyber Security Task Force. National Association of Software and Services Companies (NASSCOM) and Data Security Council of India (DSCI) have launched NASSCOM Cyber Security Task Force. The aim of task force is to build India as a global hub for providing cyber security solutions, developing cyber security research and development plan, and developed a skilled workforce of cyber security experts. Rajendra Pawar, chairman of NIIT, will chair this task force, and its members will include industry leaders from across various sectors like information technology, BPM, and internet. Apart from them, heads of user organization like bank, telecom companies, representative from government and academia will also be its member. The task force over a 12-week period will identify the key priorities and build the detailed action plan for the sector. The main vision of this task force is to build cybersecurity industry in India from the 1% market share to 10% by 2025. It also seeks to create a trained base of 1 million certified and skilled cybersecurity professionals and build more than 100 successful security product companies from India. Our next topic is world's first artificial molecular pump developed. Scientists have developed the first man-made molecular pump which is capable to transport key proteins to the cell for its functioning and can be used to power artificial muscles. This system on the carrier proteins was modeled by J. Fraser Stoddart and co-workers of Northwestern University. This system basically can pump ions, electrons, protons, and molecular across membrane of a cell to produce energy. How this system works. The new machine mimics the pumping mechanism of life-sustaining proteins. These proteins can move small molecules around living cell to metabolize and store energy from food. The energy stored in the pump will power artificial muscle and other molecular machines. It should be noted that the artificial pump draws power from chemical reaction and drive molecules step by step from low energy state to high energy state, far away from equilibrium. Our next topic is Committee on PPP Infra Model. Union government has constituted a 10-member committee to review and revitalized public-private partnership PPP mode of infrastructure development. The committee will chaired by former Finance Secretary Vijay Kelkar and submit its report within a period of 3 months from the date of its constitution. Member of committees are C.S. Rajan, Dr. Shekhar Shah, etc., etc., and representative of Ministry of Road and Transport and Highways. Terms of references of the committee. Review of the experience of PPP policy. It will also include the variation in content of contracts and difficulties experienced with particular conditions. Suggest optimal risk sharing mechanism by analyzing risk involved in PPP projects in different sectors. It will also look into existing framework of sharing of such risk between government and project developers. proposed design modification to the contractual arrangement of the PPP based on best international practices and in correspondence with our institutional context. Suggest measures to government in order to improve capacity building for effective implementation of the PPP projects. For firming up recommendations, the committee may consult various stakeholders in the different sectors including private, government and legal experts, banking and financial institutes and academia. Its background is the Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley in his budget speech of February 2015 had announced that the PPP mode of infrastructure development has to be revitalized and revisited, in which a major issue involved is rebalancing of risk. Our next topic is India and China Inc. 24 key agreements. India and China signed 24 key agreements to strengthen their bilateral relationship in several fields including trade and commerce, education, skill development, railways, human resource and other areas. The agreements were signed in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese Prime Minister Li Qiang. After delegation level talks in Beijing, key agreements signed are Memorandum of Understanding in the field of railways, which will enable India to seek Chinese cooperation to introduce high-speed rail on Delhi-Nagpur sector and increase track speed on Chennai-Bengaluru-Mysore route. As a part of MOU, China also extend assistance in establishment of railway university in India. Several other agreements were also signed in strengthened cooperation in the field of trade and investment and other field and for establishing relationship at the provincial and city and municipality level between India and China. MOUs in the regard will facilitate establishment of relationship between Chennai Kongping, Karnataka Sichuan, Hyderabad Qingdao and Aurangabad and Dongguan as a sister state or province relations. MOU to open consulate general offices in Chengdu and Chennai to facilitate trade and economic engagement and people-to-people exchanges. Indian Council for Cultural Relations and China's Fudan University signed an agreement for establishment of a center for Gandhian and Indian Institute of Fudan University and a yoga college in Kunming. MOU to enhance increased cooperation in the field of vocational education. It will facilitate China to extend assistance in the establishment of vocational training institute in India. An action plan on cooperation in the setting up a Mahatma Gandhi National Institute of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship in Gujarat. Both nations also signed space cooperation outline for 5 years. MOU was also signed between Union Ministry of Earth Sciences and Chinese Earthquake Administration for cooperation in earthquake science and earthquake engineering. Our next topic is President Pranab Mukherjee confers Presidential Award for Classical Tamil. President Pranab Mukherjee confers the Presidential Award for Classical Tamil for the year of 2011-12 and 2012-13. It was bestowed on scholars who have made outstanding contribution to the development of classical Tamil language and literature. Tolkappiyar Award for the Lifetime Achievement in Classical Tamil was given to S.V. Shanmugam for the year 2011-12 and R. Krishnamurthy for the year 2012-13. Kural Pitam Award was given to Eva Maria Wilden of Germany for 2011-12. Young Scholars Award were presented to E. Azil Vasanthan, K. Jawahar and K. Ayappan for 2012-11-12. while for the year 2012 and 13 was given to R. Venkateshan, A. Satish, M. R. Devak, U. Alibaba, and B. Jaganesh. Some facts about these presidential awards for classical Tamil. These awards have been instituted by the Ministry of Human Resource and Development. It gives recognition to the distinguished scholars who have made outstanding contribution to the development of classical Tamil language and literature. The award carries citation and sol apart from a cash award of rupees 5 lakh for Tolkappiyar Award and Koral Pedam Award, while rupees 1 lakh for Young Scholar Award.